Melbourne, the state capital of Victoria and second largest city in Australia, has a temperate oceanic climate, Köppen climate classification CFB, and is well known for its changeable weather conditions. This is mainly due to Melbourne's geographical location. This temperature differential is most pronounced in the spring and summer months and can cause strong cold fronts to form. These cold fronts can be responsible for all sorts of severe weather from gales to severe thunderstorms and hail, minor temperature drops, and heavy rain. Overview: Port Phillip is often warmer than the surrounding oceans and/or the land mass, particularly in spring and autumn. This can set up a bay effect, similar to the lake effect seen in colder climates where showers are intensified leeward of the bay. Relatively narrow streams of heavy showers can often affect the same places, usually the eastern suburbs, for an extended period, while the rest of Melbourne and surrounds stays dry. Overall, Melbourne is, owing to the rain shadow of the Otway Ranges, nonetheless drier than average for southern Victoria, within the city and surrounds. However, rainfall varies widely, from around 425 mm, 17 in, at Little River to 1,250 mm, 49 in, on the eastern fringe at Gembrook. Melbourne receives 48.6 clear days annually. Dew point temperatures in the summer range from 9.5 degrees Celsius, 49.1 degrees Fahrenheit, to 11.7 degrees Celsius, 53.1 degrees Fahrenheit. The city experiences little humidity in summer, except at the end of hot spells following thunderstorms and rain. Melbourne is also prone to isolated convective showers forming when a cold pool crosses the state, especially if there is considerable daytime heating. These showers are often heavy and can contain hail and squalls and significant drops in temperature, but they pass through very quickly at times, with a rapid clearing trend to sunny and relatively calm weather and the temperature rising back to what it was before the shower. This often occurs in the space of minutes and can be repeated many times in a day, giving Melbourne a reputation for having 4 seasons in one day, a phrase that is part of a local popular culture and familiar to many visitors to the city. Recorded extremes. From Melbourne Regional Office. Hottest temperature, 46.4 degrees Celsius. 115.5 degrees Fahrenheit. The 7th of February 2009. Coldest temperature, -2.8 degrees Celsius. 27.0 degrees Fahrenheit. The 21st of July 1869. Hottest minimum, 30.5 degrees Celsius. 86.9 degrees Fahrenheit. The 1st of February 1902. Coldest maximum, 4.4 degrees Celsius, 39.9 degrees Fahrenheit. The 4th of July 1901. Wettest month, 238.2 millimeters, 9.38 in. February 1972. Wettest 24 hours, 113.4 millimeters, 4.46 in. The 3rd of February 2005. Summer. Melbourne summers are notable for occasional days of extreme heat, which have increased in frequency over the past decade. This occurs when the synoptic pattern is conducive to the transportation of very hot air from central Australia over to the southeast corner of the continent. The inland deserts of Australia are amongst the hottest areas on Earth, particularly the inland parts of northwest Australia. Every summer, intense heat builds starting in the Pilbara district of Western Australia around October, November, and spreading widely over the tropical and subtropical inland parts of the continent by January. In the summer months, the southern part of the continent straddles the westerly wind belt to the south and the Subtropical high-pressure ridge to the north. The intense heat build-up occurs where high pressure is highly dominant in the upper levels of the atmosphere over the tropics and subtropics of Australia in summer, allowing for a huge area of stable atmospheric conditions to predominate. On occasion, a strong cold front will develop in summer and bring the westerlies further north than their mean summer position. On these occasions, northwest winds will develop ahead of the cold front's passage, and sometimes these can be very strong, even gale force. When this occurs, the hot air from the inland is dragged right down over southeast Australia, occasionally even as far as southern Tasmania. As this air mass is carried entirely over the continental land mass, it remains unmodified, i.e., it does not pick up additional moisture from a body of water and retains most if not all of its heat. On these occasions, the normally temperate parts of southern Victoria, including Melbourne, can experience the full fury of the desert climate, albeit only briefly, as the cold front responsible usually passes through relatively quickly, allowing cool southerly winds from the Southern Ocean to replace the hot desert air. The highest temperature recorded in Melbourne City was 46.4 degrees Celsius, 115.5 degrees Fahrenheit, on the 7th of February 2009. Winters in Melbourne tend to be cool and damp. The lowest temperature on record is -2.8 degrees Celsius, 27.0 degrees Fahrenheit, on the 21st of July 1869. Snowfall is very rare. The most recent occurrence of snow in the Central Business District was on the 25th of June 1986, and the most recent snowfalls in the outer eastern suburbs and Mount Dandenong were on the 10th of August 2005. More commonly, Melbourne experiences frosts and fog in winter. Climate statistics. See also: extreme weather events in Melbourne, climate of Australia, climate of Adelaide, climate of Sydney.